Ladies and gentlemen, today we are predicting the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs, so I don't think we should waste any time and let's just hop straight into it. Let's start off with the no-brainers. Basically, the whole championship 4 from last season. We have the 5 of Kyle Larson, arguably the best driver in the Cup Series today. We have the up-and-coming William Byron, who's shown a lot of promise this last season with 6 wins. Christopher Bell, he has really surprised me in that 20 car. He took over for Eric Jones in 2021, I think, and he has done phenomenal in that car ever since. And now we have defending NASCAR Cup Series champion Ryan Blaney. He's all right. He's a bit of a Matt Kenseth when it comes to a championship. I don't think he deserved it more than William Byron or Kyle Larson did. But, you know, that's the playoff format for you. The next person I have making it in is the number 1 of Ross Chastain. He won the season finale at Phoenix, so he's coming off a hot streak. And on top of that, he has got a big name sponsor with him this year. He is going to do big things in 2024. I predict at least 2 race wins from Ross Chastain. The next 2 people I have making it in is the RFK boys of Brad Keselowski and Chris Buescher. Chris Buescher and Brad Keselowski had their best RFK season to date last year. Chris Buescher alone got 3 wins, and Brad Keselowski was up there with him every time he got those 3 wins. So I predict big things out of RFK this year. I predict Brad Keselowski to at least get 1 win, and Chris Buescher to at least get 1 win. I don't think he's going to match that 3-win season he got last year, but who knows? Let's see. Here's our next cluster of drivers. We have the defending regular season champion, Martin Truex Jr. We have the 11 of Denny Hamlin. I feel like that's a no-brainer. And we have the 54 of Ty Gibbs. Let's not forget, in the 2023 season, Ty Gibbs was just mere points from getting into the playoffs. But the wreck at Daytona took him out. So I genuinely feel like he can point his way in. He might not win, but I feel like he will be one of the ones to point his way into the 2024 playoff. Next up, we have the 2311 Racing Crew with Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. Bubba Wallace has actually surprised me. I might not be the biggest fan of Bubba Wallace, but I will tell you this. He has flourished after he left Richard Petty Racing. He has flourished into a great race car driver, even stacking up a couple of wins. Tyler Reddick, he was always good. He left RCR, and that was like a 3-race win season, his last season there. Then he came over to Toyota, and I think he got like 2 wins last season, so that's pretty decent. So expect them to make the playoffs. Next up, we have the 8 of Kyle Busch. I think he is the only RCR car to even do halfway decent this season. I have no faith in Austin Dillon. I hope he just retires already. I'm not a really big fan of the Dillon brothers, if you got that. But Kyle Busch, coming off a 3-win season, I think he was eliminated in the round of 12 last season. I'm not sure about that. I can't remember. It was either 16 or 12. I know he didn't make it to the round of 8. But, for the first season to be a 3-race win season for Kyle Busch in the new seat, that's pretty good. So I'm expecting him to do better this year. Next up, we have the 9 of Chase Elliott. I don't think he will win this year. I think he will point his way into the round of 16. That's really all I can say about Chase Elliott. He did not have a good season last year, and I don't think he'll have a good one this year either. Next up, we have the 22 of Joey Logano. He only got 1 win last year, and that was Atlanta. And, before that, he was the champion. So I'm not sure, what his deal was. Maybe he'll do better this year. I hope not, because I'm a certified Logano hater. But, I'm not wishing him bad luck. Yes, I am. All right, on to the next driver. I don't know how he'll do it, but my wild card to get into the 2024 NASCAR playoff is the 4 of Josh Berry. Don't know if it'll be a win. Don't know if it'll be pointing his way in. That kind of rhymed. But I don't know, but I hope he gets into the playoffs this year. Here's my prediction for the round of 12. I have Chase Elliott not making it, Kyle Busch not making it, Ty Gibbs not making it, and Josh Berry not making it. Chase Elliott might surprise you because there's a Watkins Glen in the round of 16, but I just genuinely don't have any faith going into Chase Elliott this season, so maybe he can prove me wrong. For the round of 12, I don't have Chris Buescher making it. Martin Truex Jr., I feel like something will go horribly wrong for him. I don't have Bubba Wallace making it, and I don't have Joey Logano making it. My final 4 might shock some people, but it is Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain, Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick was phenomenal last year, so I I purely think that he can get into the championship 4. Denny Hamlin, he hasn't got into the 4 the last few years, so I think he's going to, make a tear and get into the 4. Ross Chastain, he won the season finale last year, so I think that's going to fuel the fire and get him into the Final 4. Kyle Larson, he's just, he's Kyle freaking Larson. Just imagine the storyline, though. Kyle Larson, Ross Chastain don't get along. Denny Hamlin doesn't get along with Kyle Larson or Ross Chastain. Ross Chastain doesn't get along with, Denny Hamlin. And Tyler Reddick, he's racing his boss for a championship. In my prediction for the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series season, I have Kyle Larson taking it all the way home and getting his second championship and winning the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs. I could have worded that a little differently, but that's just what came out. This was my first take, and I'm keeping it because I think it sounds pretty good. My prediction for who didn't even make the playoffs, we got Legacy Motor Club, Spire Motorsports, and Colleague Racing. I could have added Rick Ware Racing in there, but I don't think that's a prediction. I think that's just a fact. But that is the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. When the 2024 NASCAR Cup Series playoffs rolls around, let's take a look back at this list and see how right I actually was.